Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Aishakie from Mbarara University of Science and Technology in Uganda. I'm going to be presenting a paper titled A Dictionary Learning Approach for Joint Reconstruction and Noising in Low-Field Magnetic Resonance Imaging. The motivation for this paper is that currently we have many children in East Africa and the region with hydrocephalus, and these children don't have access to MRI scanner, which is the conventional or the best imaging device that is preferred during this disease diagnosis and treatment. MRI or magnetic resonance imaging is a safe medical imaging technology that provides a non-invasive way to view the structure of human anatomy. However, these MRI scanners, the conventional ones or high-field ones, are very expensive to purchase, operate, and maintain in developing countries, Uganda being inclusive. So to address this challenge, teams from Mbarara University of Science and Technology in Uganda, Leiden University Medical Center in Netherlands, Delft University of Technology in the Netherlands, Pennsylvania State University in USA are working together to develop an affordable, portable, and sustainable low-field MRI scanners, aiming to diagnose children in developing countries with hydrocephalus. So these are the prototypes currently under development. On the left, this is Mbarara Penn State prototype, and on the right is Leiden prototype. So the main challenge that we are currently facing with these MRI scanners that the images tend to be noisy and therefore require enhancement or construction or improvement of quality before being used by technicians in their diagnosis work, and also in subsequent tasks like segmentation. So the objective of this study is part of the project funded by Dutch organization NOWOTO, working towards developing low-cost MRI scanner, as we already see the background, to aid in the treatment of hydrocephalus at Chua Children's Hospital in Uganda. Chua Children's Hospital is a specialized hospital in the region that deals in treatment of hydrocephalus. So by developing MRI scanner, we are contributing to sustainable development goal number 3, which is to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being at all ages. We aim to combine our area algorithm called ASDMRI. This algorithm, we developed it and it was published in a paper, and it is one of the references. You can check it. So the algorithm actually performed well, but when the signal was too noisy, it did not actually remove the noise, it did not improve well the noise image. So what we did, we integrated it now with a non-linear diffusion filtering technique, which is described here in the next section. So we anticipate that the result of this combination will be able to improve the quality of the images, thereby addressing the current challenges that we are having in our field MRI prototypes. So basically here we are combining two approaches. One is adaptive size image reconstruction. This one this formulation was inspired by our area, was inspired by the paper that was published by Ravika Shara and Breshra, and also we optimized it in our algorithm ASDMRI, and we have much details on the paper. So we use the basic information theoretic criteria to adjust the size of the dictionary to make the dictionary better, so that it can reconstruct our signal well. So another part is image denoising using non-linear diffusion filter. So basically this one was also inspired by an earlier paper that was proposed by Perun and Marik. You can check it. So this denoising technique, as the reconstruction is taking place, also denoising is taking place. So at the end of the day, we anticipate to have a better result. So on results, we performed experiments with this algorithm and other algorithms. So, but basically, before that, this is the summary of the algorithm that here we are proposing. So you can see that from 1 to step 20, it is basically the reconstruction part taking place. So step number 21 is where the denoising comes in, and then the algorithm stops. So like I've already said, we compared the performance of our algorithm with our earlier proposed algorithm, DRMRI, and our gold standard DRMRI that was proposed by Ravi Shankar and Fessler. And here, this experiment, we determined peak signal to noise ratio, high frequency error norm, and iteration number. And as you can see, on top left, our algorithm actually gave a better peak signal to noise ratio compared to all others. And also when it comes to high frequency error norm, our algorithm also did well in all our text, in all our the experiments that we did. Though some of the experiments, there was no big difference between it and our earlier proposed algorithm, but still the difference was there. You can check the details in our paper. Also, we did experiment on peak signal to noise ratio, high frequency error norm, and undersampling mask. So still here, our algorithm performed well compared to the other two algorithms. Our earlier proposed algorithm, DRMRI and DRMRI by Ravi Shankar and Fessler. So you can still check the results in our paper. In conclusion, the study discusses an algorithm that integrates an adaptive dictionary learning and diffusion filtering for image reconstruction and noising. And the reconstruction part was done by adaptive dictionary learning with information theoretical criteria, where the image noising part was done using the diffusion filter. Experimental results revealed that the proposed algorithm is effective in producing noise-free reconstructions, especially when the input signal is noisy. Also, the proposed algorithm is effective in removing noise from reconstructed images. Experiments done on peak signal to noise ratio, high frequency error norm, iteration number, and undersampling masks revealed a better performance of our proposed algorithm when compared to DRMRI and our earlier proposed algorithm, DRMRI. So our next step of this research, we want to integrate a segmentation function to this algorithm, so that as the reconstruction is taking place, the algorithm also segments the image, which is actually required during the diagnosis of hydrocephalus, because we need to know where is the brain, where is the water, where is the other tissues, so that the clinicians can know exactly what to do. We acknowledge the support from Mbarara University of Science and Technology, Chua Children's Hospital, Penn State, QDEF, and Leiden University Medical Center, together with NoWatro, that provided funds for this research. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.